Hey everybody, welcome to this next stream for Arcfall, the little MMO we are working on. Today I'm just going to be a short stream. Just want to show you guys a little bit of what we've been doing lately. We were going to do combat, but we had a bit of problems with combat. So we're going to do another stream in the next week or so, just before the release, to show some combat. So today I'll just be showing you guys, I'll be doing a little quest. This is a new character I just created. So I'll show you guys a little bit of the questing and gathering some resources and so on. So just want to see if anybody can say in chat they're here so we can see how many people we got around here. That'd be great. Give us 1 sec, a few seconds there. So today I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of how we do our questing. I mean, we still got a bunch of stuff that we have to finish in this world. It's still being built. But it's getting closer now. So when you spawn in, you'll be spawning in one of these islands. There's going to be 3 options to choose from where you want to spawn in. You're spawning to the world. This will be Port Tauranga. This is one of the options you could choose. So there'll be 3 options on the map. When you get to Port Tauranga, first place you'll spawn is around here. And you'll see Norman, the captain. So he will offer you a quest. So if you click on him, see he's offering you a quest. Basically, a storyline is you just got shipwrecked from a ship, and you came ashore, and a lot of the resources and so on that was on our ship that you were shipwrecked from is washed up on shore. Yeah. You can see in the background there we've got a bunch of crates and stuff laying around. So he's asking you to, the first quest is to gather some resources. The first few quests will basically just be tutorial quests, basically to teach you how to play the game. So the first one is he's asking you to gather some cyper logs and stone. So we're just going to accept the quest. Now if you've accepted the quest, you have up here is our quest log. So if we open that up, we'll see there's our quest, survive the shipwreck. So if you click the little button at the left hand side, now we can properly see this. It opens up your tracker. So you can see you need 4 cyper logs and 3 stone. You have to gather some cyper logs. Then if you click on the button here, it opens up the quest itself, so you can get a short version of what you need to do, or you can get a longer description, and you can see what the rewards is. So you'll get the same resources back again. So this will be a chain in quest to teach you how to do different things from crafting and so forth. You get experience and you get some coin as well for this one. You can also ban it if you want to. So let's go see. So he says there's a bunch of resources that's dropped on the side, on the shorelines. So let's go see if we can gather some resources. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the stream. So you can see the supply crates laying on the ground here. It's all around the shoreline. Some has got stone in, some has got wood in, depends on which ones you're getting. So when you mouse over to see it, has a little gathering icon. So because everything is skill based in Arcfall, we open up our skills. So whenever you do an action, you gain skill points like we said before. So when I do gathering is a skill. You'll see I'll gather some resources. When you gather action, we do action, you get experience points. So we just received some stone, I think. Yeah, we received 1 stone from that one. There we go. Got 2 cyper logs. We received 2 cyper logs from that one. And there's another one here. So every time I'm gathering now, I'm getting some experience points. Let's see, I got 3 and 4. Just want to gather some more. Just to finish this quest. Like this is the first quest is a very simple one. We'll have more advanced quests that gives better rewards and stuff like that later on too. The only thing is you get experience points from quest, goes directly to your player experience points down here. But like we said before, this is not like other games. Experience points that you get only levels 2 stats of your character. It's only going to level your health and your mana. All the other stats like your dexterity, strength and so on that determines combat and different things gets leveled dependent on which skill you have. And if you open up the skill window, for instance your swordsman skill, which you'll gain in when you're using a sword, generates strength and endurance every 4 levels, and you need experience points. Like the first level is 400 experience points to get to the first level. So I just want to gather this one here. There we go, so we've completed this one. I just want to gather some more resources because I don't have enough money, and I want to show you guys how the crafting is looking as well. So if I open up my bag, you can see I already spawned in a sword for myself. I've got a 9 stone and 5 wood. I'll be selling some of this. There we go. You guys can see at the top right hand, that's my frame rate currently. So it's a pretty good frame rate we have going there. It's very stable. Obviously with more players in and so on, it changed a little bit, but hopefully not too much. Maybe missed where the captain is. So you can see there we've completed the quest. It says complete at the bottom. So we come here to hand it in, asks us if we have completed it, say yes. We get our rewards. Sometimes you can choose rewards as well, but this one we're just gonna get all the rewards. And this one has reputation, faction reputation as well. So we've gained some faction reputation with the mercenaries. Like he's the captain of the mercenaries. So the higher faction reputation you have, it will open up additional quests, which will open up additional items and rewards and so on. So now that's how the quest system, like the basic one, starts. Now from here you'll get other quests that'll send you around, teaching you a few things like crafting and so on. You know, and then eventually we'll have like storylines and lore that you can follow with the quest. So I'm just gonna go up here, show you guys. So now I got that rewards back. So I got my stone and wood back. I'm just gonna go up here and see if I have enough money. Also I got 10 copper, you can see there. That I got that from the reward. Yeah, it's so somebody just mentioned it reminds them a little bit of Booty Bay. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a feel like that from World of Warcraft, but not totally like it. We like the cartoonish look that we went for here, so that's maybe that also reminds you of that. So if you go into the merchant, so to craft things, for those that can't remember or what didn't show other streams, if you to learn how to craft recipes, you have to either open it up through leveling the skill, like the refining skill is for the blacksmith, for the smelter. So you can level up your refining skill, it will open up some basic recipes at different levels. Or you can also learn recipes from scrolls that you can, the blueprints, you can learn the blueprints from scrolls, yeah. And then you can also get recipes that drop, and recipes that drop only crafts one item at a time. Like you can only use it once. Where blueprints you can actually craft it continuously. If you click on these blueprints, you'll see what resources it needs and in which slots it needs the resources in and how much for each one that it crafts. So at the moment I haven't learned this one, so if I put a resource in a slot here, it won't craft it. But let me quickly go see, did I buy? So the first recipe I want to buy is the charcoal, so I'm going to buy that one. Oh, not enough coins, I only have 10 copper. So if you just click on that while you have the merchant open, you can actually sell it to him. So I have 46, still not enough, damn. So let's sell, there we go. So now I can buy the blueprint. And all you have to do is just click the blueprint, and now I've learned the recipe. So if I go here, you'll see there, I've opened it up, because its icon has changed from that to something like that. So that means I can craft that here now, but I need the resources first. So there's going to be different ways to gather resources, like you can gather resources from trees, you can chop trees down. But for this, yeah, you need an axe. You can gather resources by just gathering it from the ground. There's different types of resources that's set up. For instance, these ones just gives you stone and cypress. So I think I need a few cypress to do that recipe. Now resources all has a different amount that you can resell it back to the merchant. So before in Arcfall the pricing on resources and so on and items weren't balanced very well. So now we balanced it much better. So say for instance a certain item uses 3 stone and 3 rock to craft. If you sell that item now, you'll be getting the same money back and a profit for crafting it than what you would have gotten if you were selling it, the resources itself. So you won't be losing money by crafting. For those that want to just craft the character up, they can still get the money back from selling the items. Only difference this time around is items like armor and weapons you cannot sell to merchants. The reason being is if an item is broken and stuff like that, we don't want you to use it and then sell it as a broken item and so on. And also for economy, but there's enough other ways to make money, and there will be player-to-player trading for those that want to resell the items they have. I'm just gonna gather a few resources here quickly. Sun is coming up. A nice sun coming up over the water. Okay, so I think I got enough resources for this. So this asks for 4 cyper logs. So if I open up my bag, so I got some 4 cyper logs. So to place these ones, you can just click on it, or you can also drag it and drop it in the slots. So it crafts some charcoal, cyper blocks, so you can put multiple amounts in there. So we'll just craft. You can see there it shows the timer as the timer goes, and also it. Oh, I don't have enough. It takes 4. and also the timer gives you shows you which skill you're actually gaining in. So if you go there, if you see there, we crafted, so we got 7 skill points out of 400. So every time I'm crafting something, I'm gaining skill points, and then when I reach the 400, it'll make increase my refining to 2nd level, and so forth. And if I get to level 2 or level 6, it'll open up the bronze molds. These, you can see it, I only need to be in level 1 to craft these 3 items here. So I'm just gonna get some a little bit more stuff, more resources. You guys have any questions? Feel free to ask them in chat. Like Arcfall is a very crafting intense type of game. Some might say it's a little bit grind because you have to grind some resources through. But I mean, for those that enjoy that, it's definitely perfect. Those that don't want to do crafting and so on, they can also just go into combat and just do the normal combat fighting and let the other people gather and craft items. Yeah, someone just asked about the tab here. So if you haven't played Arcfall before, PvP and PvE is consensual, except it's also linked to your karma system. So if you steal something or you kill people, you lose karma, and when your karma is below a certain level, like 500 or so, then you automatically get opted into PvP and you can't opt out of that again. But if your karma is not that low yet, you can opt into PvP at any time. So you'll see there I just turned PvP on, although that should be a little bit darker. It's very light. So now I'm PvP enabled. So, and there's a timer on the PvP toggle as well. So you have like 5 minutes you have to stay in PvP if you toggle yourself in. And anybody can kill me now. It's a full loot as well. So it's more for those that really want to play PvP. They can actually do it and they can get some full loot. So let's see here. I'm gonna craft a few more of these. So you can see here charcoal gives me 7 experience points. We have different ones. If I click on this, so we have different ones that gives you a different amount of experience points here. Oh, I can't craft that one, so it told me I don't own a recipe for that one, or the right components to craft it. So if I click that one, oh, I don't have enough of it. So, okay. Yeah, so you see I got the charcoal now. So if I sold the wood I just did, I would get, I think I get, let's see here. I get 6 copper for 2 wood. And if I sell the charcoal, I get 26 copper. So it's 4 wood, so it's 6, 12 is 24, and then there's a 2 copper profit. So it's worth crafting and selling your items rather than just selling them directly to resources. And this way it also increases your skill for your certain item that you have. So I got 44, I need 1 silver. So let's sell this stone. There we go, 1 silver and 50. Quickly go get some more resources. So yeah, PvP is consensual, but at certain areas where you go into, certain islands, because this is island based, there might be some islands that's auto set to PvP as well. And then we have arenas, so you can fight in arenas, and that there you're also in PvP mode. I think I should have enough now to get the next recipe. So some quests will give you special recipes or unique recipes. Different recipes or blueprints, I would say, and recipes have different skill value, XP values to them. So and skill values. So dependent on what you the high tier recipes you get, the better experience you get when you're crafting that item. So you can gain faster than a normal one. Let's see. Let me keep crafting. You can see I'm already at. I think I'm at 40 now. So these are low experience points blueprints. So you want to get the higher ones when you're doing this. Let's see now if I sell this. Oh no, I'll sell this. It's better to sell that. I have to sell everything. Oh, just 1 copper. Okay, let's do the shortcut way. Let's get some point quickly. This is all admin commands. So now I got some gold. Okay, and I'll just grab some cyberwood. Do 20 cyberwood logs, and let's add some stone. And while I'm here, I get some water. Okay, so let's see, we got 2 other blueprints here. So this one is for the stone mold, so I'll get that one, and I'll get this one. I'll quickly learn these 2. So if I go to the crafting station, now you can see I've got all these blueprints open now. So if I click on this one, I need some sand there. Let's see here, get some sand. Okay, so it says in slot 1 I need to get that charcoal in, so I'm just going to do some charcoal. Okay, so to make the stone mold I need 1 charcoal, 2 sand and 2 stone. So take that one out. And you have to, with the blueprints you have to put them in the right slots. With recipes you can put them anywhere. So you can put a recipe in and put your resources anywhere, it doesn't matter. Let's see, that one there, there we go. I can craft a stone mold. And I think this one requires a stone mold and water. And so, oh, I did, what did I miss here? I need some ore. So like minerals like ore and stuff like that you'll actually get from resource nodes with a pickaxe. Wood you can chop down trees. This was just the easy gathering resource. But as you chop down trees you get other resource nodes from other resources also. Some copper ore. So let's see, yeah, so there I need, get these out. I need charcoal, copper ore, stone mold, and water. There we go. And now I've crafted a bronze ingot. And this is basically how the crafting goes when you're crafting. You know, you craft all these different items, you know, for, you have a smelter here, you'll have a anvil where you can do blacksmithing and you can do craft things like that. So okay, we got all that in here. So that's the basics of crafting that I showed you guys. And you'll see my my skills here. Oh, I don't have it on this one. So if I go here, you'll see my smelter. My refining has gone up to 55 out of 400. So I'm nearly to the next level, and every 4 levels I'll get a dexterity point. So other thing I can show you guys quickly is I was going to show combat, but like I said, we have a bit of problems with combat, so I can't show the full combat we have. But I can show you guys a little bit. We haven't got abilities working properly, the combat abilities and so on, but just the basics like fighting with a sword or basic plain fighting. We got our little practice dummy right here. So let's see. First, if you have no weapon equipped, like I would do now. So I have no weapon equipped. You can do unarmed combat, but you don't get much damage. That's very basic. So that's just your basic punch and so on. You can come test the test dummy. You know, when you're punching, you don't get any skill because there's no skill currently linked to that, but we might put in a unarmed skill, which you can later on improve if you wanted to. So that's the first one. So the next thing we're gonna do is I'll just put a sword on quickly. So that's just your basic sword combat. You can see we have some particle effects and so on it. And let me open up my skill UI here. So you can see currently we have 100% skill gain, but you can see I'm gaining experience points there every time I swing the sword. So your weapon gives you experience points as well as using abilities gives you experience points. And I just level up, so my swordsmanship is now level 2, and I open up ability there. So that gives you an idea. So that's basically how combat will work. Like you'll use certain weapons or do certain combats, and then it will open up some more abilities. And then when you open up abilities for each skill, you can actually use them for doing damage and so on. For instance, this one, all abilities also uses mana. So this one here, if you use this ability, it's called Hard Strike. It does cost 20 mana, and it does, I think it's 40 damage, physical damage. So damage is calculated on your resistance as well. So if you go here, you can see we have different resistances. We have 3 types of basic damage, which is fire, ice, and poison. And then we have magical and physical damage. So magical is when you're casting magic spells and so forth, and physical is like weapons. So when you hit somebody with it, that's your physical damage. Some weapons you can add in like fire damage or ice damage or poison damage, and some abilities does that too. Then fighting certain mobs have a higher resistance to physical damage, for instance, and then a lower resistance to to fire damage. So it's better to fight with a character with fire weapons and fire abilities than it is to fight with physical ones, because you're not going to do as much damage. So even fighting other players in PvP, for instance, it will depend on which resistances they build up, and also what armors they have on, and what weapons. So you know, you can switch between what type of damage you want to do too. We're going to add in additional action bars down here, so you can flip through them, you know, because there's going to be a lot of different abilities and so on that you want to use depending on the situation that you're in. So that's just the basics of combat. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat now. Like I said, this was a little bit shorter than we wanted to show before. We actually wanted to show you guys more of the combat and abilities, but I'll be doing a stream just before we go live of this release, showing you guys more how the combat and everything works. Okay, some more resources. If nobody got any questions, we'll be uploading this to YouTube. So for those that missed it, or if you guys wanted to catch up on something you came in later, you can see there. It should be up in about an hour's time. And you can see now I can now toggle myself out of PvP again, because the button now is clear, the timer is off. So now I'm back to PvE. So if I'm in PvE, nobody can attack me. Well, not nobody, like no other players, but mobs can still attack you and so on. And when you get into PvP, anybody can attack you anywhere. And when your karma is too high, like the mercenaries that's in Portaranga is fine, they won't do anything. But when you go to the bigger cities, where the King's Guard is and so on, you won't be able to enter to the normal ways into those cities if you're toggled for PvP. And then there's other cities where you can only go where it's like the bandits and so on, the pirates. You can only go there if you are toggled into PvP. So it makes it interesting for those that's interested, and those that don't want to play PvP, they can just stay PvE and keep their karma good, and they should be fine just playing a PvE game. So if there's no other questions, I think I might call this a wrap. And looking forward to you guys in the game on 20th of October. And we will do one more stream, I think, of showing some combat before the release. The game will be free to play for anybody that wants to play. We just have an item store in the game, and it's all cosmetic items. There won't be any special items that gives anybody an advantage. So thank you guys for watching, and looking forward to you guys next time.